Hello, Zimbabwe. You are listening to Studio 7 LiveTalk Women's Roundtable. We are coming to you live from the Voice of America in Washington. I'm your host, Sithandegile Mhlanga. Tonight, we are discussing the hunger situation in Zimbabwe worsened by drought, which the government has declared as a national disaster. Women in both urban and rural areas say they struggle to provide for their families as prices of basic commodities also keep rising. But first, Zimbabwe is attempting to turn its biggest trash dump into a source of biogas, a renewable energy, used to produce electricity. Locals like the idea of a project that creates jobs and eases chronic power shortages. But as Columbus Mavunga reports from Harare, some residents say the project is draining the city's scarce resources.
A few months back, this dump site was an eyesore and a foul odor hung heavy in the air, but not anymore. A local company, Geopomona Waste Management, is trying to turn the site into a source of biogas and electricity. 30-year-old Tinashe Chisanu from a nearby township is one of the workers constructing the project.
This project is really helping me as a Zimbabwean. It has offered me a job, and now I am able to look after my family. I am really grateful to the project, and I'm sure my workmates are being helped by this project.
Digesters take in organic waste and convert it to biogas, which can be used to produce electricity. Victor Tarirai is Chief Operating Officer at the biogas company Landforce Energy in Harare.
Biogas is that it's a renewable energy source. Also, you can do many things like cooking, brooder heating, as well as harvesting an organic fertilizer, which then replaces the use of chemical fertilizers. The disadvantages, the initial investment costs, and also the need for continuous monitoring and maintenance of the digesters.
Simarasha Mchena is a waste energy engineer at Geopomona Waste Management. He says the project will end the problem of Harare's gigantic trash dumps which spread disease.
After that, we'll do biogas wells, which will extract biogas from the waste, organic waste, which was underneath, which degrades and produces biogas. Then after that, we'll generate, with the new waste, we'll generate 16 to 22 megawatts of electricity through the incineration process, whereby we have to burn the waste in a combustion chamber.
But Precious Shumba, director of Harare Residents Trust, says the government-backed project is an unsustainable exploitation of ratepayers of Harare. He says the company is charging $40 a ton for garbage delivered to the dump.
We have added an addendum that is requesting the city of Harare to pay an additional $124 per ton of garbage collected. So this will be exploitative to the city of Harare, as it amounts to around $3 million per month, and the ratepayers cannot afford that.
But as things stand, Zimbabwe's capital will have a biogas plant sometime in coming months. Residents hope the pros will outweigh the cons. Columbus Mavunga, VOA News, Harare, Zimbabwe.
And back to our main topic, the World Food Programme has announced that its lean season assistance for 2023 and 2024 has just ended in Zimbabwe's 4 districts of Buhera, Chivi, Mangwe, and Mwenezi, therefore leaving an additional 265,000 of the country's most vulnerable people without its assistance. This comes after President Emmerson Mnangagwa declared the drought a national disaster Wednesday and appealed to the international community for humanitarian food aid, saying Zimbabwe requires $2 billion to secure food for its citizens. He also said government will roll out a raft of measures to ensure that the country is food secure. Reacting to the developments, World Food Programme Zimbabwe spokesman Christopher Charamba says the declaration will assist in seeking humanitarian assistance.
Isu se-WFP tinotambira zvataurwa nemutungamiri weZimbabwe President Mnangagwa pamusoro pekusanduka kwemamiriro ekunze zvichikonzeresa kuti mvura isanaye, iyo inonzi pachirungu El Nino induced drought. Naizvozvo isu se-WFP nemamwe mapako anobatsira vanhu uyezve nehurumende tichange tichibatana kuti tikwanise kuronga kuti tinobatsira sei vanhu munguva inotera. Izvozvi tinoziva kuti pamusaka pekusanaya kwemvura kuchave nenzara sezvataurwa naPresident Mnangagwa. Saka isu tichange tichienda kunotsvaka chikafu kune dzimwe nyika kuti tikwanise kubatsira ivo muno vanenge vachishaya. Tinoziva kuti vekuMalawi uye vekuZambia vataurawo zvokuti ivo vabatwawo nekusanduka kwemamiriro ekunze. Saka isu tichange tichironga kuti chikafu chatinowana chataisimbowana ikoko tichange tichiwana kupi. Izvo zvataurwa naPresident zvinotibatsira kuti tikwanise kuronga mari, kuronga kuwana chikafu kune dzimwe nyika kuti tikwanise kubatsira vanhu veZimbabwe.
That was World Food Programme country spokesman in Zimbabwe, Christopher Charamba, speaking to VOA in Harare. Now let's take a short break. We will be right back.
In times of change, when the world seems uncertain and what we hear doesn't reflect what we see, we seek the truth. When we are told only part of the story, we lose trust. In moments of crisis, our dreams, hopes, and wishes for a better tomorrow depends on a free press. At Voice of America, we bring you the stories that people take risks to see. We connect the world and unite it with truth. At Voice of America, we show you the whole picture.
To discuss our topic in depth, we welcome our guest, Setegele Chabangu, Director of a non-governmental organization, Women Development Association in Zimbabwe, which works to alleviate poverty from women in rural areas, and Kalazani Ndlovu, Ward 10 Councillor in Bulawayo. We'll start with you, Councillor Ndlovu. What is the hunger situation like in your ward and in the city, seeing that most people are unemployed?
Thank you very much. It's isiwonisa ukuthi isiningi kakhulu emagumeni phakathi nakwewadi engibuyo nakubulawayo jikelele. Hayi abantu sebethwele nzima, especially ukhangelela kubomama. Omama abayiwo imgogodla yemizi, abayizo imbokodo lokuthi umntwana ma ekhala ukhale siyabuye, kodwa-ke ezitolo lapha ziyakhwela. Omama sokunzima ukuthi benelise ukuqoqa imali yokuthi bafunele abantwana ukudla.
Yes, and we see that there are vulnerable groups in the city, like the elderly, the orphans, the disabled and child-headed families. What's the situation like in your ward, and are they getting any assistance from the government or non-governmental organizations?
Currently, akunalo usizo abalitholayo. Uqinisile ukuthi yiyo amagrupu vulnerable kakhulu kumphakathi wami. Sikwazi lokuthi elakusasa labeli bazobiza abaphumela bebheke ngathi uhulumende kakabuyi forward with anything, kodwa-ke we are just appealing to the donor community, whatever they are having, engasiza la amagrupu, ngoba ungananzelela ukuthi abenelisi ukuziphandela ukuthi bathole usizo lokuthi bancedise izimuli zabo. Kodwa-ke besicela ukuthi noma yini eyabibuya ilanda laba bantu phakathi besomiso esilaso. Si-aphila kuhulumende wethu no to political distribution of food. Kodwa kakungayabelwa ngokuthi uvela ku-political mvuzi kumbe ku-political nkawu. Ama-councillors nama-MPs awuyishi mina ngesihlobo sami ukuthi sithi yenzo nxa kulokudla okubuya kuvela la okubuya khona kumbe uncedo olubuyayo ngoba mhlawumbe ukuthi sibancedise ngokudla always akunge kusithize. Ngasingabancedisa ukuthi bafuye mhlawumbe inkukhu, ngabancedisa ukuthi bakwazi ukuziphandela imfuyo ngoba ababe kudinga sokudla kuphela bayadinga phela ukubhadala ama-rates abhadala ngemali ukuthi babumbe ama-clubs bazitshayele ama-clubs bancedise ukuthi bakwazi ukulima izingadi bathole phela umhlaba balime izingadi ama-vegetables loba nje sesithi kobulawayo kulesomiso ithole abantu abangazibhorela izibhorane ngenelise ukulima lezana izinto bathengise bathole indlela yokubhadala ama-rent labo bazincedise. Kodwa kuze zonke imithelo no to politics, no to political things like ukuthi bayizangenela ukuthi kuyayiwa njani. Yiso isithelo sami ngomphathi kawathela.
Yes, thank you very much. That was Councillor Kalazani Ndlovu in Bulawayo. There she's saying, yes, the vulnerable groups are not receiving any assistance. It's tough now because most people are unemployed and those that are self-employed are not realizing many topics. She's also calling out for fair distribution of food aid if it's made available, not to be done on political affiliation lines, as people have complained in the past. And now we turn to you, Ms. Setegele Chabangu. Yes, if you can briefly explain what your organization is doing in the rural areas where the drought is said to be most dire.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. Thina njenge-organization ye-waters eGwanda North, ne? Sinohlupho olukhulu kakhulu lwe-drought and ngathi solumoshe kakhulu ngoba uthola labantu sebeze bethengisa inkomo zabo nge-exchange for isaka lokuthi bakwazi ukuthi bathole umumbu ukuthi badle lama-family zabo. So thina njenge-organization yabomama sinama-self-sustaining projects esiwenzayo njenge-LiveTalk, i-gardening, enama-knitting, ne-knitting lokhuzenini project esiwenzayo. So sinokwenza occasionally we do ama-shows whereby abomama baza nalezi zinto abazithungileyo, baza lezi zinto abazivunileyo engadini zabo, baza nembuzi zabo, baza nani bazothengiselana nje njengabomama esigabeni ukuthi bakwazi ukuthola imali yokuthenga ukudla, bakwazi njalo ukuthi bathole le mali yokubhadalela abantwana babo esikolweni. Ngoba sesithola ukuthi abantwana abaningi abanye sebeshila kakhulu abangabafana sebeshila isikolo sebehambe bayofunda ukuthi batsheketshe ukwenzela ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi bazisupporte bona basupporte ngisho nabazali babo ngoba uyathola omunye umntwana uhlala nabazali uhlala nabogogo nabokhulu abasenawo amandla ukuthi they can put food on the table. So yena umntwana sebona sokuyithi kuyi-duty yakhe ukuthi makahamba ayodinga leyo mali noma incane kangakanani abuye azofaka ukudla etafuleni. So currently njenge-organization since bekuyi-Women's Day besinama-new members abanye abajoyini i-organization, so we passed on ama-projects anjalo njengabo-gardening nama-livestock sawaphathela kubanye omama ukuthi nabo they must sustain themselves, they must earn income yokuthi bakwazi ukuthi baziphilise, bakwazi ukuthi bathathe abantwana babo babahambise ezikolweni. Although ama-livestock performanga kahle ngoba manje uyabona ukuthi sebeze begcina bewathengisa in exchange for isaka lempuphu. Uyayibona ukuthi umuntu wakhona akusela nto ayigeyinayo ngoba it's as good as you selling maybe inkomo yakhe for 1,000 rand or 1.5 just ukuthi afake ukudla etafuleni. So that was one of the challenges esiwatholayo, and njalo sithola le challenge yamanzi, but we did approach i-blanket mine which is a local mine esinayo laphana to provide water. Asiprovidele ama-water to a-clinic, siyasifakela e-clinic, yasifakela nasezikolweni, yazama ukudevelop izikolo zethu. Izamile ukudevelop izikolo kodwa abantwana bekho because emakhaya isimo asimanga kahle, kunendlala, kuyahlutshekwa, kunesomiso, zonke izinto nje aziperformi kahle. So okwamanje ama-communities now they are digging ama-trenches so that i-water lokhuzeni bakwazi ukuthi labo bathola amanzi abeseduzane nama-communities ngoba currently amanzi asesikolweni nakuma-clinic which is far away from the communities. So yikho nje sikwenzayo njenga-organization. Currently we are dealing with i-blanket mine ezama ukuthi sincedise kulolo hlobo. It has given us ama-jojo tanks but amanzi awakafiki kuphi emphakathini nama-pipe basinikezile. So the community is still busy digging trenches so that they can take water from the local clinic and then ayenga emphakathini.
Nxa ukhuluma lapho ngezifuyo ukuthi bayafuya abesifazana, sikhuluma izifuyo ziphi njalo bazabelana njani ukuthi uhlelo luqhubeke?
Okay. Lama projects wethu divide abantu babe ngama members of 12. Currently, Satima Sikala back in 2008 when you started this organization, Savele started with this self-sustaining project. So, Mama, they've got a time frame ukuthi inkomo mazingazala ziyazala ukuthi bona bonke njengama members umuntu akwazi ukuthi athole inkomo eyi-1 then lezi ezinye sezizozala ezi-extra they pass it on to another group of 12 people laba abanjani nabo abazokwazi ukuthi ba-benefit from that. That is what I'm saying. Sina fuye inkomo, sifuye imbuzi, izimvu they are not performing very well. So that one asagcina sesiyekile leyo ezimvu ngoba izimvu ngathi mangabe kumanzi as.
Oh, well, that's Tegele Chabango, I guess a line dropped. We hope to have her back. Very interesting situation there where she says her organization has this project where they group villagers in groups of 12 women and give them livestock to raise, livestock such as cows, goats, chickens, and even sheep. So when then they pass them on to other members of the group so that the projects keep moving. But of course they have problems since there's drought now. Some of the livestock is not faring well as most people are selling to avoid having their cattle succumb to the drought. Sesibuyela kuwe njalo ke Councillor Ndlovu, sizokhuluma ngokuthi kungafuywa inkukhu, kuyavunyelwa ukuthi abantu befuye inkukhu ngobunengi emadolobheni?
Kakuvunyelwa, ama-bylaws avumi akakhansili kodwa-ke bangafayela sibancedise indawo abayibonileyo lapho abangafuyela khona beyi-group laphana engikhulume khona ngokuthi sithi ukuthi bebe ngama-club abo then indawo lezo bese zi-inspectwa bengafunda lezo nkukhu.
Oh, hayi kuyezwakala. Ungasinika nje isifinqo sakho konke obukukhuluma ukuthi abantu baphila njani khona ngapho, lithini ngendlala lesikhona lokukhuphuka kwentengo yempahla mahlayana lalokhu uhulumende asekwenzile ukuthi athi yena sokule national disaster sizwile lenhlanganiso ezizimeleyo sithi ngempela zizabuya zizonceda. Ungasichasisela njalo ke ngolimi lesishona ukuthi kwenzakalani kobulayo konke nje sokukhulumile ngesindebele ukukhuluma ngesishona?
Tinotenda makadini vatereri zviripo ubulawayo especially ngati cheni nedrought iripo iyi vanhu havana chekudya, vanhu havasikuwana mabasa anobhadhara. Asi zokurumende yadhikira kuti iyi national disaster yenzara ndozviri right kakhulu as councillors sukumboka kuti hurumende yadhikira kuti national disaster saka ma-NGOs nevanhu vachatibatsira tirikukurudzira kuti magroup like vanamai, ma-disabled, ma-orphans, those vulnerable groups, they can be in clubs. Vaite zvekukoverana mari vaite zvekurima mavegetables, vaitezve zvekuchengeta huku, kana vatsvaka land vaiaplayira kuna council kuti vapiwe land yacho. Macabs akabatsira kuti vakwanise kubhadhara mare ekutare vana kuchikoro, uyezve vatengezve chikafu. Because kana tikatarisira kuti ma-non-governmental organization vachatibatsira nechikafu, ndo zvatiri kuita chaizvo, but most of the time that food is being politicized. Saka tiri kuokumbira appealing kune hurumende kuti ichibatsire governmental organization vachichibatsira nechikafu. Food yacho isadistribute along political lines. Ma-councillors nema-MPs involved kune food yacho ngaiende to the relevant people, ngaisapinde muma-political parties. Ndinotenda.
Yebo ke siyabonga ke councillor, sesibuya kuwe Nkosazana Chabangu. Lanxa lina liqhuba olwenu uhlelo, liyake lizwe ukuthi labo elisebenza labo bathola usizo oluvela kuhulumende yini, kumbe bakhona abathi hayi thina baseqa kuthiwe ngoba sesiphiwa i-orders inkomo lokunye, kuyini eliyalikuzwe ngalolu daba?
Kunokuthi angithi sisebenzisa ama-WhatsApp group wethu, kunokuposta ndithole maybe sebepostile abo-councillor, baposta abo-Crowley bathi lawa ngamagama abantu abazohola. Angithi ukuthi basuka behola ini usuke ungakwazi ukuthi yini le abayiholileyo, ngoba uthole maybe sometimes baholele endaweni esekudeni. Angithi kuba nzima futhi ukuthi uphinde uyo-approach umuntu usumbuza ukuthi kanti yini eliholileyo, ngoba wena usuke ungekho ungabalwanga kulelo hlelo lokuthi njani uzohola. Kodwa kuma-WhatsApp group ethu sinokubona ukuthi hayi la ngamagama abantu okuthiwe bazohola, kodwa ukuthi bangabe behole ini usuke ungakwazi. Kodwa ngokubona kwami ngibona ngathi noma mabeholisiwe babeholise yona leyo maybe impupho encane, kodwa angeke izikwazi ukuthi ba-sustain for a long time. And there are selected people okuyibo abakhethiwe. It's not like they enroll everyone bamholise. There are selected people. Of how do they select them? We don't know as an organization. We just see on WhatsApp group being posted, these people are the people that are going to get something.
Yeah, ayikulungile ukuthi wena ukhulumele yakho inhlanganiso, bengithi mhlawumbe lakho kulomthelela ukuthini lisebenza njani ukuthi laba hayi bazuza laba batholi. Kodwa nje sesiqhubekela phambili, utshilo ukuthi Nkosazana Chabangu lisebenza le company ye-blanket mine, lakhuluma njani layo leyo company, isebenza khona ngapho yini eMatabeleland South?
I-blanket mine eseduzane, and of which abasebenzi bakhona abaningi babuya from the local wards esisondelelane eduzane nabo. So saya kubo ngendlela yokucela ukuthi sile clinic esila esiyakhelwe yi-government kodwa ayilamanzi, ngoba ubuthola abantwana besikolo sebeze becela ukuthi mabahambe bayokukha amanzi bakhela amanzi eclinic, or izakhamizi kubhala ukuthi izakhamizi ezithile nezithile imizi engaka mayihambe yokukha amanzi ihambe yoshiya eclinic ngoba kunale maternity ward. So sahamba layo leyo proposal yokuthi besicela ukuthi lisidonsele amanzi from the local river eduzane kuthiwa iMtuli aze at least eclinic ukwenzela ukuthi izosiza labo mama laba abanjani ababelethayo. So sapropose kanjalo bavumelana basebe yikho from there yikho eyasesuka khona yasi-extenda bathi bafuna ukuthi banjani badevelop nalezikolo in order to give back to the community, since most of the community members they are working in the local mine.
So do you believe the water will also benefit some of your projects, or they will just be used in the clinics?
I-water izosibenefita nathi njenge-organization njalo izobenefita futhi nomphakathi, ngoba thina our aim ukuthi sisebenzele umphakathi, sibone umphakathi uprogressa, ngoba manje balethile amajojo tank ukuthi okay upanini ama-trenches sizalinikeza lama-pipe ukuthi lifake lidonsele amanzi abe seduzane, at least maybe kube ne-center tap ukuthi abantu they can easily go bayothola amanzi, ngoba manje imfula omile amadamu ethu they are already silted, agcwele udaka agcwele umhlabathi, so awasabambi manzi. Ngikhuluma kumanje they are dry. Abantu baphila ngokuyanathisa inkomo zabo ezikotsho. Uyayibona?
Yes, interesting that the blanket mine company there is helping villagers in Matabeleland South with water. Siyezwa ukuthi sesilomlaleli ecingweni, umbane ngikhuluma la?
Makadiko amai vangu mama Muhlanga Sandekile Muhlanga.
Hayi siyaphila linjani khona ngapho ungasinika umbono wakho.
Ya unoke nami ekokuthoma ndula ngotenda vana mai vari kutaura avo ngithokoza avo mama dewe vakhuluma ngakhona nama project vayenzayo ngathana aqhubekela phambili sazi vele indlala eZimbabwe yonke indlala ikhona nzara irikho munyika yeZimbabwe bachokwadi atili kureva nema saka tinotongokumbira zvikuru kuti government dai yakamhanya kwete zvikunonoka nokuti nzara iri munyika iti vanhu vari kutambudzika mumaruzevha hamuna chekudya zvimwe zvavo zviri kudhura zvada kukurudzira futi vana veZimbabwe kuti dai vakatengera hama dzavo zvekudya nokuti nzara iri muZimbabwe inogona kuzopesera vanhu vakupesera vakubika pakati peusiku iri nhau yekuda kunyima vamwe nekuti hazvina kumira zvakanaka saka nzara iri munyika haina kumira zvakanaka zvichandirangaridza zvakanga zvimboitika kunonzvimbo inonzi pabenzi uko kuti vanhu vachimukira kuenda kuchigayo vaibva kumapurazi vaimukira kwati usiku paiva neimwe nzvimbo yesimeti vanhu vaitomira ipo vakapfeka masaga vakazodza dota vanhu vachijata masaga vachitiza vanhu vachipesera vachinonga vachingoda ide pesa vazobatwa iri nyaya yenzara saka taingokurudzira zvikuru kuti dai chekudya chakawanikwa kana vanhu zevachipuwa zvekudya vanhu vakoleswa kudya vatana vanikezwa vonge ngendekuti indlala sayazi zoke indlala haina ngubani abantu voke vafanira kuti vanikezwe kuti matete munyika yeZimbabwe kunzvimbo dzose zvatira mai kuti madhamu akaoma zveshuwa hapana chakabuda gore rino saka government ngaikurumidza pa tinoona government yedu inotambisa mari shita sina basa kungoita mari ma-election.
Yebo ke siyabonga there. Thanks to our listener Richard Moyo there. He's saying yes, he's following what the guests are saying and commends the government for what it is doing. Yebo ke sesifike emaphethelweni ohlelo lwethu sesizayabelana umzuzu owodwa nje ukuthi sonke sibe le lokugcina. Sizaqala Councillor Ndlovu, ungathi impilo emadolobheni ikhanya ingcono yini kule emaphandleni kumbe bakhona amadolobheni abalokho bethola okunyeni okuncane emaphandleni sakunika umzuzu owodwa?
Emadolobheni kunzima kakhulu vela kulampilo engcono wesi abantu bekhandiva amanzi ukuthi bathelele bezingadi ezincane abanazo ukuthi bathekele abantwana kunzima ngokuba imisebenzi kayikho.
Yebo ke siyabonga. Nkosazana Chabangu, would you say life there in the rural areas is much better, or when you compare to the urban areas, are the women having it better in rural areas because they can have access to this livestock rearing programs and other things?
Ngathi impilo emaphandleni inzima masibheke le situation esikuyo manje eye-drought. Kodwa mangabe kungela drought ngibona ngathi manje impilo emaphandleni seyingcono kunase emadorobheni. Ngoba bayakwazi ukuthi banendawo yokuthi bakhulise izifuyo zabo, banendawo yokuthi babe lamadlelo enkomo. Kodwa okwamanje mangikhuluma hayi impilo ayikho mnandi emaphandleni. Ngoba sikhuluma ngabantu abangasebenziyo abangenayo income. Most of them ngabantu bagugile, abanye bangikhona ngabafelwakazi. Umuntu i-source of income akanayo, baze abanye baphiliswe ngabantwana baku diaspora. So they must.
Yebo ke senza kubamba umlomo. We have come to the end of our show and we would like to say thank you to our guest Setekele Chabangu, the Director of Women Development Association in Zimbabwe, and Khalazani Ndlovu, the Bulawayo Ward Councillor 10. Saying goodbye. Let's meet again tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. I'm Sithandegile Mhlanga.